In the spring of 1983, Eddie Jackson would come home. In the spring of 1984, Courtney Brown would come home. After both being released from Milan Federal Penitentiary, they both discovered the city that they once ruled was now under a new regime. There was a phenomenon going on in this town. That phenomenon was YBI.
He was dealing with the Columbus cartel. When Cartelitas asked about, he had pretty good influence with the government.
My problem became, I need some motherfuckers to sit at the hookup table and get this shit together, because this shit rolling. This is motherfucking rolling thunder, man. This ain't no motherfucking hustle that you gonna see every day.
We rich. It's on. We can rob. It's on. It's on.
You raided the house on French Road.
So many times.
Say it. Can you say that for us?
So many times.
We never worried about getting caught by the local or state authorities. Our fear was always federal conspiracy case. Not even really a possession case. You weren't gonna catch us with it. If the local cops can catch you, you're not very good. Because the only people the local cops catch are people who are advertising they're doing wrong.
You know, I told him to do a certain thing a certain way. He did it differently than I told him, and he ended up getting killed.
I would never know. You know, I didn't know. I just didn't know. You know, it was because maybe that was the cool thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I could look at him authentic as who he was instead of who his pops was.
But you gotta understand that the level Pop and them was playing at, they wake up in the morning thinking about how to get away with their hustle. They go to bed at night thinking about how to get away with their hustle. They spend all afternoon rehearsing and going over how to get away with their hustle. It's not a hobby.
What's happening, family? It is your man, CRB Jr., here with his partner in these affairs, Big Lou, behind the camera just for today. What's happening, fam?
Oh, good, man. Trying to make this thing hop and crack and snap.
All that, and I think we doing all that. And as you can see, ladies, we have a special guest here today in studio, a lifelong friend, the son of the legend himself, Eddie Baby, son of Eddie the Fat Man Jackson. What's happening, family?
Peace and love.
You been all right?
All right. Glad to be in town to do a little recording with you, man.
I know.
They say I'm gone, you understand? I ain't around no more, so I got to let them know I'm still out here.
Yeah, as soon as when we was coming from the airport and we stopped in the market there, saw some of the old French Road people right away.
Immediately.
French Road, still alive.
Good memories.
It's good memories. That block was good to us, wasn't it?
Oh, great to me.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Could never forget it.
Yeah.
3875, baby.
You know, and to this, I'll say it maybe as we like Drink Champs. We here at Big Boss like to give the hustlers their roses. Why they here? Because I have missed a lot of golden business opportunities. My billionaire buddy Ben Horowitz told me to get involved in the computer business in the 80s. My woman, Devin Robeson at the time, shout out to Devin wherever you're at out there. She came home one day and told me that she just saw this artist named Ja Rule and that he was going to be a big deal and he was looking for a little support, and if I helped him out, I could be his manager, and he, you know, and I said, I don't know what a Jahu or Jaru is, but this man is doing $50,000 a day on French Road that he's doing with Pops, and so at the time, I just couldn't see any. But of all the business opportunities that I walked away from, me and him start French Road together. It's slow as molasses uphill in the wintertime. And I walked away, and he told me, say, Junior, you sure you want to give it up? And then next thing I know, he done hooked up with Demetrius. And the goddamn French Road, we done went from doing $400 a day to he doing $40,000 a day. And I done walked away from that. But to your credit, Eddie, and I know you said, you know, you always treated me fair on that deal.
Had to.
You
Couldn't
always
be nothing else but that.
you treated me fair on that
That's
deal.
right.
You really did, and you didn't have to.
Well, in my mind, I had to. You understand?
Yeah.
That's in my mind. Now, maybe I don't know how y'all think, but in my mind, I had to.
Yeah.
You know, when you start something with somebody, you kind of always have feelings and wish they had hung on, and you know, so you always kind of want them to taste a little fruit of.
And I ended up
berry.
tasting a lot of fruit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to taste.
And then you end up letting me say it takes a lot of fruit of that. But you know, okay, let's do a little current events before we get into this gangster stuff.
Come on with
Snoop
it.
would say, "Hey man, what about my man Puff, man? Now we talked all through the situation. What's your spin on how it played out for Puff?"
I'll say this: I would rather be Puff Daddy than Russell Simmons. That's how good it played out for him.
So you were saying, let's unpack, because this is a conversation me and you was having earlier.
That's right.
Russell basically kind of has fled the country, moved to Indonesia, because it was a good chance he might have ended up in a similar situation.
And he's still a
as
wanted
Puff.
man.
Right.
To this very day, he's still a wanted
But
man.
he got to keep all his money. He sold the majority of his assets, I believe, and moved to Indonesia, and he built him a hotel over there, and he's surrounded by 80 pretty Indonesian girls and doing yoga. But now he can't come back to America probably without a possibility of being indicted and facing.
Why you think he ran?
Right.
If that wasn't a possibility,
But
he
you
would
don't
never
think
ran.
you don't think hotel in Indonesia, 80 girls and doing
Bruh,
yoga is better than
Give
Puff?
me Puff
right
Daddy
now.
life over him right now.
Puff
all
is
day.
is a prisoner of the Federal Bureau.
Russell Simmons is at the point he's an unseen. He's a walking dead man.
No, he's a walking rich man.
As far as America is
But
concerned,
it's a big world.
and running around the whole world and never coming back to America.
Is it?
Puff Daddy used his money, and his money spoke well for him. Puff Daddy really should be out of jail. Let's be honest about the truth of all of this. The man should be out of jail. But I give him, and I tell y'all, he's going to do 3 years.
He did day for day.
But
that'd
let's be
3
honest
years.
now. He's asked Trump for a pardon. So he might not do too many more days. If Trump pardoned him, he's home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's see. He might not do 3 years.
He
I may be wrong.
Might do 3 weeks.
Trump may pardon him, and hey, he's home. So,
But all in all, you said even with worst case scenario, if he got to do, he still got the majority of his wealth.
Yeah.
He's still relatively young. I think Puff is just turned 55.
He's a
Yeah.
little older than that, I think he's about 56, 57.
Okay. Give or take a year or two. Give or take a
Okay.
year or two.
So he will be a free man, and with still, given his wealth.
Look,
and
let's be honest.
He's still
Puff
got quite a few
Daddy
days ahead
in
of him.
2025 got convicted of the Jack Johnson law. That's the shit they put down on him now, okay?
Yes.
So other than that, I'm
And for
going to just
y'all who
leave
don't
it there.
know, Jack Johnson was the first black heavyweight champion back in the 20s. And this is, of
Went
course,
over state lines with a white woman.
woman, and they passed the law.
And that's the law they're using on Puff Daddy right now, which really should be taken off the books. Because everybody done did some shit like that. Even myself.
You mean men have been flying women across state lines?
She still is today. Probably did it yesterday. Somebody doing it today. Breaking the law.
I think he's only breaking the law if you Puff Daddy. No, I think everybody else is allowed to.
Well,
do it.
him and R. Kelly, so there you go.
Art didn't get the deal that Puff got.
He had the money,
He
Puff
put-
had. There you go. That speaks for itself. Suge Knight. There you go.
You're saying it does pay to have the best lawyers money can buy?
Pay to have money.
It pay to have money.
Pay to have money. I don't care what you want to say, no matter how you cut the mustard. Even if you get a pardon from Donald Trump, it's going to cost you some money. You got to have money, man.
Are you suggesting that our president for donation might be inclined
Elaine and Puff Daddy might get pardoned at the same time. God damn it, he finna pardon Elaine because she got the goods.
Yeah.
He already
He's talking
finna
about
pardon
Elaine
her.
Maxwell.
He finna pardon her. You can forget that. She's pardoned. And when he pardon her, he gonna pardon Puffy with her. Watch. Might as well take that change from him too. Fuck it, go ahead, throw it in the piggy bank. Yeah, we passing out pardons, folks. Fuck it, let's pass them on out. Elaine Maxwell, Puff Daddy, cool. They on the same level.
So that's a quick 100 million.
Man, they on the same level. Goddamn. I mean, what?
Oh man. On that note, we was talking earlier. Oh yeah, but before we get too much in there, make sure you guys are hitting the like, share, and subscribe button. We're also on all the other platforms. We want to say thank you to all the people on all the other platforms. Me and Lewis and the whole Big Boss family, we are not remiss, and we are thankful and appreciate the support you guys been showing us over the years and over the last couple weeks. Assuredly, we don't take any of that for granted. The fact that you guys are really embracing these stories. Started with his father, started a situation that ended up running 30 some years and interacted with everybody from Demetrius to Pep to Milwaukee Jack to you name it. This story touches
That's
them.
a lifetime.
It's a lifetime. To Carmine Lamadouzi, Doc Gambino, to the Mohammeds and the Pakistani Plug. I mean, the thing his father set in motion, and the fact that us having the opportunity to share some of these insights from behind the curtain, and the fact you guys enjoy them, and that we try to be as authentic and as we can be, and share some of our experiences. We appreciate it. So make sure, though, if you're on YouTube, make sure you're hitting that like, share, and subscribe. We also are on Facebook. We also are on TikTok. We also are on Instagram. We love that. The Patreon channel, Lou. What?
Patreon.com/Big Boss Filmworks.
One more time for him, Lou.
Patreon.com/Big Boss Filmworks.
So we got 3 episodes of Beyond Street Dreams that are now only available on Patreon. So go over there and check it out. You get a chance to see The Devil Is a Lie teaser. We're going to talk about The Devil Is a Lie. The Devil Is a Lie teaser. The Devil Is a Lie Big Boss original coming, probably looking like early 2026 at this point, right after the holiday season. We think it's going to be a classic. I think you guys are seeing Brother Lewis gotten just awful nice. I think Lewis created.
There we go. Shout out to Brother Lewis.
I think Lewis
keep it going, baby. Keep it going.
Created a whole. I think he phrases it as mixed media. So it's not just a documentary. It's not just a YouTube post. It's not just animation. It's not just voiceover. I mean, he has put the whole gumbo together, and it's something real special. So you can get the heads up on that. You can see if you guys didn't get a chance to see. Love the response that we got on the first 2 episodes of Beyond Street Dreams. Go over to Patreon. You can check it out. Sign up, because there's going to be a lot of stuff that will only be available. So the whole thing is growing, man. The Big Boss universe is growing, and again, we just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you guys. But back to giving roses. So not only did you still treat me right after I gave up my 50% partnership in French Road, you were talking. Well, let's backtrack.
Okay, take it where you want to go.
You were saying your old man about people at whatever business, the streets, hamburger business, dope business. You got to learn the game, right? You can't run 1,000 McDonald's if you don't know how to run one McDonald's, right?
Well, you got to start from the bottom and work your way up.
So you were saying that your father had the insight, so when he came home, you guys are getting that thing out of Thailand.
Yeah.
He understood that you were at the top of the game. We were just talking about when I said that you guys, when you're riding
that statement to me, we riding the 500 SEC brand new.
You
looked over at me and you said, Jack, you on top. It ain't much nowhere you can
go but down.
But see, he was talking about it in the sense of a car and money. What the real truth of the story was this. I would never get dope like that again in my lifetime. 95% pure China white out of Thailand. $12,000 a key. That's the only time in my life I have ever seen that. Or any quality anywhere near close to that. And I done got jive from everybody in the country. But I ain't never got anything of that quality from anybody other than the fat man Andrew Jackson. And niggas who hustle with him, Pepper tell you that. He was getting a 15. When he got with us, he was getting a 15. After that, he was putting a 60 on it. Anything more with less would have
Even this what we got out of Pakistan, as good as it wasn't like that. And that was a monster what you put down with the Pakistani plug on French Road.
Well, Pakistani was up there. Let me just say this from the beginning. The Pakistani thing, raw, was the type of shit, like I was telling y'all, they were selling in penitentiary where KK and Lawrence then was getting some shit in there, and they were selling to this white boy, and if you gave him some shit that made his nose bleed, that shit made his nose bleed instantly. That's the shit he always wanted.
Yeah.
That's the type of quality it was for him. And he's paying $100 a Mac. This is $100 a Mac is what he's paying for this. Understand
He's
that.
talking about a McDonald's spoon for the younger generation.
Yeah.
Now, back in the
In
day,
the penitentiary, it cost you $100.
The spoon that McDonald's used to use for old timers know exactly what I'm talking about. But there was a denomination known as a Mac spoon, which was a McDonald's spoon.
And Donald, as you told the story, Donald had that shit
naked.
The only time I have ever seen it like that. And I could tell y'all, not many people seen it like that.
No, they did not.
I could tell you,
Well, you know, Pop
not
ain't.
many people seen it like
Pop don't
that.
let you see it naked.
No, not like that. He ain't that type.
Pop
That
don't
ain't
let
his
you-
game.
That ain't Pop
He
game.
gonna touch it a little bit.
He got
to touch it. But see,
some would
Donald
say
had
touch it
some
a lot
shit.
of bit.
Hey, look, to take it to the streets, what he did, giving a nigga a half a motherfucking Mac for $10.
No. You talking about the basket. Now the package you had was the Baskin Robinson,
where he was giving up
which
for
is
a half a
which
gram
is
for
5
$10,
Macs going
which is
to
a half a gram.
10.
10 is look. Let me explain this to y'all too. Let me just take y'all there. That 95% pure dope I was just talking about out of Thailand, something you niggas never seen and rarely is. And if you have, this is what I'm talking about. If you took 1 gram of that and put it on the table and knock it out, you would probably get 50 to 100 max
Out of a gram.
out of a gram when the dope ain't touched, when it's pure. But not every time you put cut on that dope, it shrinks it, and you get less and less max out of a gram. By the time they get through hitting that nigga every hand they go through, by the time y'all see a gram, I bet y'all don't give about 20 max out of a gram. That's after shit that been stepped on. If you had saw that shit before it was touched, man, you would get 100 max out of a gram.
You do understand, sir, that you know we've lived
That's
in shelters
pure
like
shit.
people who
It's
look
rare
like
you
us
get to see
never
that.
people who look like us never get to see pure
Well, I mean, when you get in that life,
at
and
that
you
level.
actually see it,
Yeah.
that's what I'm telling you. And see, when people get the cotton from you, they always expect you to have that type of quality. What another nigga sell, I couldn't. They
Yeah.
wouldn't buy that from me.
But okay, to tie back into General Bent, we were talking about, like, you really taught me a lot about running spots. We both learned a lot about spots being on Geneva,
Right.
right?
New Jack City.
New Jack City
Right.
was right. Looking back on it, that was damn near like our internship.
That's the proving ground.
But you were saying, Greg, God rest his soul, Kirby. What was Kirby's last name?
Kirby Nelson.
You were saying you can learn
I
from
think
anybody.
Kirby's still around.
Is
I
Kirby-
ain't wishing death on you,
All right,
Kirby. I hope
no.
you still
Kirby's
out
a
there,
good guy.
baby.
Yeah.
Kirby Nelson. I hadn't heard you died. If you did, peace and love to Kirby.
You were saying you learned some lessons from even one of your workers.
Kirby, see, what y'all don't understand out there, most people think they don't need a nigga using. A nigga using you need. One to let you know you got the best blow. Let me explain, Kirby. When me and Kirby first started off, I would give Kirby the work, and he would take it around to everybody and sell it to everybody. So I didn't know my clientele.
And who are you getting this work from?
I'm getting this work from Maserati Rick at this time. This
Okay.
was Maserati Rick's work.
Okay, just so people know. Okay.
I'm getting it from Maserati Rick. I went over on Mac and Gray. Maserati came, pulled up, gave Demetrius Downs. Demetrius gave me Downs.
Okay.
So the work came from Maserati Rick.
Okay. Keep going. Now you got Kirby running for you.
Now Kirby is running. I don't know my clientele, but I got all the clientele. When I pull up, I'm late that morning. The whole block has got all your Highland Park workers, Carlos, I mean, everybody out there waiting on the nigga to pull up with the bag. Understand that now. Everybody out there waiting on the bag, all you Highland Park workers. Let me explain y'all this. I was selling an ounce a day of boy. I would sell an ounce a day from 6:30 in the morning to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I would close down. I wouldn't catch no police heat. After I started working, after goddamn 1:30 in the afternoon, I met Francisco, Quaker, Ponytail, Axel Foley, Calloway.
The whole Highland Park.
Had I
narcotic.
stayed on my schedule, I would have never met them. But now, here it is. I want more money. I'm moving the ounce from 6:30 to motherfucking 1 o'clock. I was happy with that at first. Then business so big now, functioning. I should have kept it where it was. Because now when you take all that afternoon business, now you finna take all the heat with it.
Sometimes you saying don't be
Don't be greedy,
Don't
man.
be greedy.
Look, police ain't even know who the fuck I was. They ain't even know who the fuck I was. The first time I ever met Francisco, Quaker, Calloway, Ponytail, they was all in a motherfucking brand new Ford Taurus, Burgundy, brand new. I was walking out of motherfucking Darnell's party store, Darnell Knox, the boxer, for Crocs. I was walking out of his party store. Nigga, I had dope, this pocket, that pocket. I had like $1,000 worth of dime blows here, and I had like $1,000 worth of $10 stones. And I walked out of Chet's gun shop, bro. And in fact, I had my motherfucking pistol on my side. I walked out of Chet's gun shop. They looked at me. I looked at them. I know they the police. I looked right at them, walked right past them. Now I'm walking out of Darnell's. Walk out there. They looking at me almost like they want to come here.
Yeah.
But I kept walking, eating chicken wings. I had bought some chicken wings and I had some peanut brittle. I'm eating a bag of chicken wings and peanut brittle, and I'm looking at these motherfuckers saying, these the police. I hope they don't fuck with me. They let me walk, never fuck with me. Nah, that's when they didn't know me. Now when they know me, nigga, if I do that, I'm through. Nigga, I'd be locked up. But when they didn't know me, nigga, I walked past them, heated up, bag here, bag there, nigga, they ain't even know me. Soon as they found out who the fuck I was, nigga, it's on.
So you taking it, you getting it from Ozzy, you hitting it, and you breaking it down.
Yeah.
So we explain the philosophy. Shout out to brother CT. I was talking to CT, and your name came up, and he referred to you as the breakdown king. Well, you know Eddie gonna always break it down, man. That's all he do. He the breakdown king. Well, explain the reality of why
explain the reality.
You are the breakdown king, and
I
why
am
breaking down
the breakdown king. Because you niggas can't get no work from me. I ain't selling no goddamn weight because you niggas snitch too goddamn much. I'll have a way longer lifeline if I got 1,000 keys and I'm selling nickels and dimes. The police would never think I got 1,000 keys. But if I'm selling it to you and you see me with 1 key, you gonna tell the police I got 1,000 and you ain't even seen. Man, that nigga Eddie got 1,000 keys. Man, that nigga just throwing keys everywhere. But if I'm selling you nickels and dimes, man, that nigga broke. Man, that nigga washed up. Man, that nigga over there said, you don't know I got 1,000 keys. But here's where niggas really peep.
40,000 a day.
Here's niggas really peep, when you really on point. When it's a drought. And a nigga come to you and he say, in a drought, a nigga gonna come, this when you make the most money you gonna ever make, is in a drought. They come to you and say, oh man, ain't nobody else got no cane. Give me 10 of yours. You get 10. Then he look around and give me 10 more, 10 more. Then the nigga gonna make his way to ask you, well, you got any weight to sell? I ain't got no weight to sell, but I can sell you all
the
the
dimes.
$10 rocks you want. If you want $10,000 worth of those, I can sell you that. See, now he picking. He trying to see how much cane I got. Because he asking first when he buy the first 10, he figuring I'm damn near out. He gonna, get them before everybody else come by him. Now he see the motherfuckers rolling, and I ain't slowing down. Like, you get all the dimes you want, but you ain't get no weight. You get all the dimes you want. And the motherfucker at that point be kind of fucked up. Now, how do I really categorize him?
He's a weight man, but he ain't a weight man.
First he was broke, nigga, washed up selling nickels and dimes. Now he can get me all the goddamn nickels and dimes I want, but I can't get no weight. So now how do you class, and the police didn't want to waste their time with me.
And you make breaking down. So when we're talking about breaking down, we're saying a lot. You hear, and this is not throwing shade on anybody. I'll just use BMF. Meech and Terry, they say, I think at their peak was doing 200 bricks a month. Something like that, right? But they're not breaking none of it down. Now, the guy who was getting it from them, who is breaking one down, he might make more breaking one down than they made off 50.
Bruh, let me give you actual numbers of what you're saying, what you're trying to say. A key is 36 ounces, 1,000 grams, okay? In the streets at that time, I was taking each ounce, making $1,500 off each ounce when I break it down. Now I got 36 ounces. Now, when me and Al was get the shit from the Colombians right down the street from here, I was getting keys for 10,000. So there go my numbers right there. I'm getting keys for 10,000. Every key I break down, I'm getting 1,500 off each ounce, and you got 36 ounces. There go your math right there. You got 36 ounces. You getting $1,500 off each ounce, and you paying $10,000 for the key. I'm giving you your math.
20 ounces is 30,000. You was doing about 34.
Now, let me give you the real on top of that. Let me give you the real math. Now, at the height of me and Demetrius,
You say you're getting 1,500 off of each zip?
Yes, that was easy. And big stones. You know that yourself.
I know better than most.
Boom. There you go. So I'm saying, now here and at the height of me and Demetrius, I'm talking about
that means you making 54,000.
There you go.
Off of one brick.
But listen.
And you paying 10?
With the Cubans, Demetrius was 15.
Okay, but let's say the 15, you still damn near making 40.
There you go. But
and how much is the average guy selling weight making off of one?
Let me give you the real number. Now, at the height of me and Demetrius, I was moving a key like that in 7 hours. So every 7 hours, I was making $40,000. There you go.
Yeah.
Around the clock. That's your numbers. And you know who started that bullshit? Running around the clock. Man, shit. Motherfucker said, if you don't make money while you sleeping, you'll be working for the rest of your goddamn life. Warren Buffett. I heard that man make that goddamn statement, and that started me to run a 24-hour joint. But I'm going to tell you, even when I started selling the heroin, that's when the numbers got crazy. Them numbers you repeating in cocaine, heroin blew that shit out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about those numbers you just gave in cocaine. Nigga, heroin was killing that.
Speaking of you as the breakdown king, but your partners, a lot of people who hustle with you, we was joking, a lot of our friends and family, they refuse to break it down.
Yeah.
So, like, God rest his soul, Al, he's working, y'all working out the same bag.
You making selling weight. You making impressed on handling a lot of somebody else's money.
So how much is he making?
A lot of my money. Now, see, when you selling weight, you handling a lot of somebody else's money. See, when you selling nickels and dimes, you handling your own money. Now, you just sold. I'm handling $40,000 of my own money and giving the Cuban 10 a key. I'm handling my own goddamn money. Now, you busy running around selling weight. Now, let me be honest. Al made his most money selling weight with the Cubans. Like I told you, they was giving us 20 keys a week. We was getting them for 10, and we was selling them for 10 for ourselves. We was clearing $200,000 a week, $100,000 for us and $100,000 for
And that's
them.
what gets the guys addicted to the weight game. Because you get 10, if you got a 10,000
But
spread.
now here's what fuck you up with the weight game. Now you handling all these Cubans. No, he was handling our money too, but even then he only getting half of that because half of the 50 is mine, so he getting 50 a week. Now he handling a bunch of money, and now he want to flash on everybody, which make niggas try to rob you. Then you run around flashing on everybody. Now your next door neighbors at the pet shop, baldhead, set you up. He tell you he need a key. You tell him, yeah. I pull up that morning. He asked me, and I had a key. Did I have a key for Ballhead, which was Khalif people. Khalif
Shout
had
out to Khalif Lee Kakai.
dead and gone, but
dead
peace,
and gone,
rest in
peace,
peace.
rest, yeah, peace
But
be
he
upon
had
him.
some motherfuckers running the pet shop next door, which he was Ballhead, this big Ballhead nigga. He come next door, because see, they knew Khalif had gave us the connect, and we was moving the motherfucking crowd. They was selling Khalif's dog from next door, dog food, at the pet shop. Nigga, the gang business, because they didn't know nobody. The gang business was killing them. They was watching us go through so much money. Like I'm telling you, they seeing us playing with $200,000 a week. They wasn't making nowhere near that. If they was selling a fucking ounce a week, they would be lucky the way it looked like the way they was moving. Straight up. And they see all that money and they got mad. Why didn't Khalif give us that connect?
That's why.
So they got mad, and Al bit, because I told Al, I ain't fucking with them, because I felt bad, because they always gave us dirty looks and shit. They ain't never did, they always gave us fucked up looks. And I felt, you can feel when a motherfucker don't like you, man. In the game, you better know when the nigga don't like you, man. So I knew I wasn't bringing no motherfucker work. The only thing I did was I told Al, I'm going to go get the rest of the money that you owe the Cubans and that I owe you so you can pay the Cubans and get the bag. It's the only thing I did. And by the time I went home to get the money to pay the Cubans, he must be done told Ballhead them next door that the packages all coming there, because I'm going to get the money and he got the Cubans coming with it. And me and the Cubans bump at the same time before the police hit. Me and the Cubans standing outside the goddamn place watching the police raid. Both of us standing there like, goddamn, we lucky.
Wow.
That's how we missed the raid at Al's place. Gave the motherfucking Cubans their money, and I ain't seen the Cubans from that day to this day. They knew they fucking with a motherfucker that don't know what he doing, man. Like I told you, one Cuban, the light-skinned Cuban, used to always come and pick up the money. The dark-skinned Cuban used to always come on and drop off the dough. And they was finna start giving us 40 keys a week. He fucked up. Then I show you how he fucked up. See, this is what I'm telling you. Now, we started getting it from a man, call him the Connect, the Fatal Connect. Now, he giving us 20 keys, the same 20 keys, but he charging them 20,000.
Double.
No, 20,000 a key. He went from paying 10,000 a key to paying 20,000 a key. Yes. And now he's only making $500 off a key. He's selling keys for $20,000
He
and
went from
$500
making $9,500 off each one to making $500
when he lost the Cubans. And because we had the clientele like that, my man, everybody watching, my man stepped right up. I said, Al, why would you do that? I took the shit. Kane was A1. Kane was fucking A1. Me at French Road.
Because you had ran into old boy in New York, hadn't you?
No, not at this point. Me at French Road, that shit works for me. When I go to New York is after Al get killed. After he fuck all this up, that's when I go to New York. So, as I told you, instead of that, I'm running with him. Because for French roll, for what I'm doing, nigga, I don't mind paying 20 a key because I'm still making 40.
Because you're the
I'm
breakdown
still
king.
doubling.
Because you're the breakdown
I'm still doubling.
Yeah.
So it ain't hurting me like it's hurting him. See what I'm saying? I'm still making that. He went from that to making, look, him and Dale sell 20 keys for $500 a piece. What they make, $10,000?
That's $10,000.
Now they both made $5,000 a piece. That's what they made off motherfucking 20 keys. I crossed my heart and hope and died. That's what the fuck they was selling them for after he lost the Cuban Connect. He fucked up the money when he lost them.
Yeah, that's a big.
But now you strung out, you still want to go, and the nigga still giving you the same way. But look at the ticket. He ain't even tried to buy. I said, man, look at the ticket. But the cane was fucking A1. I'm talking about A1. Man, drop that shit in the water. It's hard for you even before it even touch the water. A1. But nigga, you paying 20 for it after you used to getting it for 10.
That was damn near as good.
Now, if he was running a joint like me, he'd have been all right, but he trying to sell weight.
So, and this applies to every business. I think me and Brother Lou was just speaking. During my Air Force One knockoff empire, we used to get the sneakers or the boots, whatever, would come in a case of 16. So same kind of thing, right? Now, on Davidson, I'm getting $50 a shoe, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I wholesale, though, I only make, when I sell a case at one time, I only make $5 profit. I'm paying, let's just keep the numbers simple. When I'm retailing, I'm paying 20. I'm selling for 50.
Right.
I make $30 each pair.
That's right.
Right.
Now you making some money. You making PC.
Now I'm making some money. But when a guy comes to me and buys a case, it's 16 in the case, right?
Wholesale.
I only make $5 on 16 pairs.
That's wholesale.
Wholesale, I make $90.
Right.
Now, true enough, the guys who are buying them might buy 10 cases at a time.
Okay.
I make $90 off each case. Guy buys 10 cases of sneakers at one time. I make $900 one transaction.
That's cool.
That's cool. But it ain't like making $30 off of each pair.
There you go. The profit margin.
The profit margin. So years I look back, had I sold every pair of sneakers that I ever touched retail and never had sold one case,
You'd be
I
better
left
off.
I left half a M on the table, man.
It's like all the money.
Not breaking it down.
It's like all the money niggas leave in the streets. You still.
When you touch all them bricks,
you're going to leave money in the street, man. I used to get $200 away every day. Just for shorts. Every day I would, if I gave Craig his sack with his tops on it, I would put an extra $200 just for shorts. So his money would be even, and my money would be even, and my shit still come up. That's a motherfucker, man.
God rest his soul. God rest his soul. Well, we're dealing with us, and this
but
I
that
get.
kept him half honest.
I have
it stayed close to what you want, you know?
Yeah.
1973. The Detroit Free Press's front page proclaims, "Dope kingpins get away with it." They had names like Jesse James, Pretty Ricky, the Black Greek, and Mr. Clean. 2 of the 12 men listed as Detroit's biggest heroin dealers were next-door neighbors, and in reality, they were the 2 largest heroin dealers in Detroit, dwarfing the other men on the list. Eddie the Fat Man Jackson, charismatic son of a pool hall owner, and his chief lieutenant, Courtney the Field Marshal Brown, a former city bus driver, had built an empire on a par with men like Nicky Barnes and Frank Lucas of New York. But theirs was a very different and in many ways more sophisticated operation than Barnes and Lucas's, based on family ties and finesse more than murder and mayhem. They truly were the Motown Mafia, and the saga of Eddie Jackson, Courtney Brown, and their families stretched from the 1960s and into the present day. Starting in 1969, Eddie Jackson had built a tight inner circle of lieutenants like Charles Rudolph, Russell Clayton, Ronald 5-0 Garrett, Black Butch, and his right-hand man, Courtney Brown. All of them had grown up together in Detroit's old Black Bottom and Paradise Valley neighborhoods, forming an unbreakable foundation for their soon-to-come heroin empire.
In a city built on hustle, one man dared to dance with the devil. He was smooth, slick, and dangerous. This ain't no bedtime story. This is blood, bricks, and backstabs. This summer, loyalty is dead, and the streets are talking. The Devil is a Lie, a Big Boss Filmworks original. Narrated by the streets, told by the game, inspired by the truth.
And due to the happenstance of running into Doc Gambino, he never meets Goldfinger or has a need to meet Goldfinger. And as fate would have it, he was supposed to be meeting Goldfinger through Devil Jackson because Devil knew Goldfinger, but he ended up meeting the man who given Goldfinger.
By chance, luck. That's just crazy luck. You know, but the plan was they was going to New York to meet a connect. But the man they was actually going to meet to connect was supposed to be Goldfinger Terrell, but it turned out to be Doc Gambino. Based on Pops going into City Squire, talking shit, make a $10,000 bet with Doc Gambino, and that would change his fate forever.
And the fate of Benny. A lot of people prospered.
That would change his fate forever. That would change his fate forever from that point on. Hey, that was it.
The legend was born for real.
That was it. That was it. Doc was it. It's like Michael Jackson making Thriller. That's it.
So, it's been a lot of rumors about, Lou just spoke to an old timer whose name we won't say, but a real guy. And didn't the OG say he thought the Devil's demise led from that there was word on the street the Devil might have been
talking.
Might have been, see, he whispered. He might have been cooperating. He might have been talking to them people.
He might have been, yeah.
Then we did, when you hear the stories that Al talks about in Roland, because I didn't realize till recently that Devil Jackson had been a chief lieutenant of Henry Marzette.
Mm-hmm.
So long before, and so Devil being the character that he was, as Marzette is sick and in the middle of this,
everybody.
He now circling around your dad.
Well, you already know the next thing they think coming up. And
Next up is the
who knows
fat
how
man.
Henry Marzette felt about that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one thing about it. When you're working for a guy like Marzette, that speaks for itself.
And Marzette supposedly on his deathbed to end what was going on, that whole gang war between the East Side, the West Side 7 and the East Side 12.
Stonewall,
exactly. That's when Detroit got its definition of the murder capital, is that drug war is going on. But supposedly, on Marzette's deathbed, he told his number one hitman that there would be a list of people that he needed to be took care of that he thought would end the war.
Mm-hmm.
And very shortly after Marzette's passing, Devil Jackson's demise, came to be. In fact, if you look at Roland, shout out to Al Prophet's Doc Roland.
Peace to Al.
He interviews a DEA agent by the name of John Sutton, and John Sutton says he was sent by the government to Detroit because he was the first black undercover DEA agent. In fact, he's the one who busted Milwaukee Jack, as he calls him by his name, John Mays.
Yeah.
It's that same agent.
I told you, every pimp that entered into the dope game went to jail. Every one of them. Good George Blair did, Treacherous did, all of them, I'm telling you. And Devil got killed. You talking about him now? Devil was a pimp originally. So it would make sense that he would know, like I'm telling you, would know Marzette. The only person I really didn't have he really had no connection to was John Claxton. And maybe that's because he was fucking with Marzette.
Yeah.
And see, Pops tapped into John Claxton. Understand that thanks to Box.
Exactly. And according to my father, Marzette had the quote-unquote name, but Claxton had a plug just as good.
Yeah. And I just want to say something to one of my viewers. They said that I said Old Man Simon is the guy we cop from here. That's true. That is one of the only people we ever copped from in the city of Detroit was a Jew by the name of Old Man Simon in the Eastern Market District. You're correct about that. But other than that, and John Claxton, I couldn't name nobody else that he copped dope from in Detroit.
No, your father was famous. He told my father, according to you, ain't gonna never make no money buying nothing from nobody here in the city. These niggas ain't gonna never give it to you where you can make some money. And in 30 years of watching my father and 15 years of working for him, your father's statement was true. We never made no real money.
Well, in my lifetime, if I look at it like I told you, the statement you made to me, statement you should have made to me, nigga, you ain't gonna never see dope like that again, as long as you live. 95% pure out of China white out of Thailand at $12,000 a key, man, that's a dream.
You know, and I ain't just putting no shade on the crew. Niggas gave up what they was giving up. Boyer look out when he could, or Leroy and Bernard, the Canton boys. The union was good, but your father was just right. They ain't gonna never give it up to you like.
You gotta go get it yourself.
Yeah, like the Nigerians would, like the Pakistanis would, like Mr. B out the islands would.
You gotta go get it yourself.
You're never
Once a nigga touch it, I done told y'all, every hand that touch it, touch the package and the package shrink. Every hand that touch the package, touches it and the package gets smaller. And that's a natural fact. You go from 100 grams down to 20.
So back to the thing when Detective John Sutton was sent to Detroit, and again, you can hear it out of his mouth if you watch Roland. Mm-hmm. He was sent to Detroit to investigate 3 people: Henry Marzette, Devil Jackson, and Eddie Jackson. Agent Sutton says when he gets to Detroit, first thing he sees, they tell him to go to see this Cadillac, is a dead body in the back of it. That body would be Devil Jackson's. The next day, Marzette had died right before that, which left, as far as the authorities, the next big thing coming in the city.
When you want a timeline, right? So at this point, where's John Claxton?
He done went on the run.
So John Claxton is on the run at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you got the timeline, right? When John Claxton go on the run, my father go to the fight in Madison Square Garden looking for another connect because he tired of going out to California, fucking with Devil. But, as I told y'all before, Devil had when he was pulling a rabbit to pull out his hat. Devil knew Goldfinger Terrell. So you see that he knew Henry Marzette, he knew Goldfinger Terrell. Devil knew everybody.
He did know everybody.
He knew everybody. Everybody in the game. Devil knew him. He knew the Mexicans
they say
out
the
in
Devil
Tijuana.
had been in the game because he was older than your old man. Devil knew
old pimp, man.
Back all the way to the 50s.
Pimps was trying to get into the dope game. That's what started happening.
But
because the type of money that niggas in the dope game was handling, and didn't have to worry with no nagging woman.
That people, especially us, our people being the way we are. So Devil been running around the streets for all these years.
Okay.
And your father, as my father quotes, in 18 months, Eddie then went from nobody in the game to he bigger than all these niggas in the city put together. Don't you think that can make somebody feel some kind of way?
Well, it made John Claxton feel some kind of way. As I keep telling you, it made a lot of people feel some kind of way. But by the time they felt it, he had already went past them. That's like when you get juked on the football field. When niggas shake you and pass you, it's too late. You can't catch him in the end zone. Touchdown, Brooke Johnson, California breakdown.
Yeah. So, that's going to be interesting. Again, we're going to really unpack that whole Devil Jackson, New York Goldfinger Terrell.
But can you just imagine that? You going to see Goldfinger Terrell, and you go to the hotel, and you ask them where can you go buy some haberdash at, and they send you around the city square clothes. You walk in there talking shit about how Muhammad Ali gonna knock Joe Frazier out, a little round rim, stout man, Italian, is sitting behind the counter, and he said, "What you got on him?" And you being the shit talking nigga, "I got $10,000. So he made a $10,000 bet with Carmine Lambrusco. Lambrandowski. And he's supposed to be there to see Goldfinger Terrell. Never met Goldfinger Terrell after that minute, because after making the bet and buying the clothes at City Square, before, when they was delivering the clothes, Doc Gambino sent my father a ticket to sit next to him in the 5th row at the fight.
This is the fight of the century you're talking about.
This is Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. You look at that film, 5th row, Doc Gambino and the Fat Man. Now you had Frank Sinatra there. You had all your heavyweights there.
Sammy Davis, everybody. Everybody
who was anybody
Truly
was
everybody
at that
who
fight.
was anybody.
And to be there with Doc Gambino, and as you say, your boy Frank Lucas was there. Everybody
Frank Lucas,
was there.
The famous scene with the chinchilla.
Both of them the same shot. Both of them was at the same fight. Both of them in Ebony. 1970 May. Yeah.
So yeah, that is. But I think the cautionary tale, had Devil kind of played his position, he was in the catbird seat. I mean, whether it's my father, 5-0, Black Butch, Rudolph, everybody else who stayed close to your pops got to take the whole ride with your pops.
Well, y'all sitting up here saying Devil was talking against somebody, and that's why he might have got killed. He was working with Henry Marzette.
Maybe that's.
I mean, when a motherfucker playing everybody against everybody. So I mean, you can play a motherfucker the wrong way.
When your father had sent him up there to New York to just grab a package,
he tried to steal the connect.
He tried to steal the connect.
So
the Italians tell your father, if you ever send him back up here again, we're going to put him in the East River.
Yeah. So you understand. You don't know who did what to Devil.
But just that being that way as opposed to being a solid guy, he missed.
But then you have to remember this too now. Be honest to the game. He did have beef with a couple motherfucking pimps about taking their bitches. After they was in the Ebony magazine, Devil, man, you don't understand how jealousy go and how they skyrocketed. When them niggas was in Ebony magazine, they was the hottest niggas in the country. In Detroit,
oh yeah, for sure.
Everywhere, and Pop stayed at the fights. Like I tell you, he's in the Jet magazine at a fight. So once he started doing that, and he hit motherfucking Ebony, niggas stop it. Jealousy just exploded.
Envy.
That Ebony, I ain't been able to find the Jet yet, but that Ebony I got. I'm looking for the Jet still. Like I said, we chasing that interview, the full interview. That's something else we still chasing like crazy.
It's a lot. So, yeah. So, all right. Again, though, family, thank you. Make sure you guys are hitting that like, share, and subscribe button. Thank you, my brother, for spending some time with us
Peace
here at Big Boss
Filmworks.
Stop
by and say what's happening and give you all the shout out.
Yeah, sorry for being a little distracted. There's so much content I've been trying to find when we get them here. But again, make sure you guys are hitting that like, share, and subscribe button. Appreciate everybody. We are up on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It is doing what it does. Beyond Street Dreams, episode 4 coming real soon. Episodes 1 and 2 already are behind the paywall. There, even though we're not charging. You just got to go on to Patreon and you'll be able to see episodes 1 and 2 of Beyond Street Dreams. Very surely you won't be able to see it on YouTube right now. Episode 3 is still up on regular YouTube platform, but that'll be going to Patreon real soon. So if you guys didn't get a chance to see it, love the comments. Appreciate you guys. We worked real hard. You know, we shot live in Detroit. We shot live in New York. We shot live in Miami. We traveled the country. We shot live from the Bahamas. We didn't play any games to put that story together. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, if you haven't seen it, go to Patreon and get a hold of Beyond Street Dreams. But anything else? You got something else, Lou?
Yeah, man. I personally, you know, we hit a big spike in this past week, and I want to personally myself thank every one of you who watched, commented, shared. So many shared videos right now.
Yes, sir.
I mean, truthfully, this has been the most activity with the sharing, and don't stop.
Yes, sir.
We are about to roll out for the fall some merch pieces. Beyond Street Dreams, Devil is a Lie, Motown Mafia, the unindicted co-conspirator,
UC.
So,
And the indicted conspirator.
and the indicted.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe,
Yeah.
share, and like most of all. Subscribe, share, and like most of all, and peace and love.
And follow. If you are on Facebook, follow. If you are on TikTok, check us out. We're going to be everywhere. Big Boss Filmworks, Real True Street Crimes all over the world, baby.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, but there, I'd be remiss.
Peace
If you
out.
guys don't know, Brother Eddie got his own channel, always doing something. He's working real hard over there. He's got a deep catalog of stuff. So again, you know, between our families were in this thing from 1969 to the year 2000. So
That's right.
there's just a ridiculous, and about anybody who's anybody in this town.
We got to hit it out the park sooner or later. We got to get
our
that
day-
grand slam home run.
Our day is coming in,
Tigers win today. What the Tigers do?
I'm not sure. We got to look that up.
Well,
But-
they was on rain delay when I was up earlier. They was on rain delay.
All right, go Tigers, go
Go
Lions,
Tigers, go Lions.
Right.
Detroit, town of
And go
champions.
Pistons. Don't
That's
forget
right.
about the Pistons. It's
City-
about
city-
that time.
City
Did
of Boom.
LeBron retire? LeBron said he gonna retire. What was the big announcement LeBron had to make?
I know we got it.
I think he was saying he gonna retire. Did LeBron retire?
I would have seen it all over the place.
I don't think he.
Well, he got a
No,
big
no,
announcement.
No.
What was the big announcement?
He is retiring, but he's playing out the season. You know, he's got to get the going away tour.
Yeah,
how
but
they
I-
do the
well,
big-
but he's
how
still- he's
No,
retired.
he has announced that this will be his
Okay,
last
this
season.
is last
This
season.
is last season, but he's got.
We love you, LeBron.
Yeah,
Peace and love, and
yeah.
thank you for all the thrills.
You know the big fellas
Peace
always
and
have
love
do
to
the-
LeBron James.
the going away tour.
Thank you. Wonderful act. Hard to follow up. We gonna miss you, baby. So enjoy your retirement. We got to say love to LeBron James and thank you for all
No,
the
he's
fun,
one of the
brother.
greats. I'm
Peace
not-
and
he's
love.
not the greatest, in
I
my opinion.
enjoyed watching you. You gave me many
you laugh?
thrills, and I love the way you did it. The way you did it. Peace out.
No. Before I wrap this up, though.
No, I'm laughing.
I don't want
Because
that
I know
argument.
so many people
No,
He's
say the
retiring.
same thing, and I don't think he.
No, this is really what I'm.
Well,
you know,
I
I'm gonna
want to say
Hold on. Go ahead.
you
Say
did a
what gotta
wonderful
say.
thing. You played a wonderful role. It's not the point if he is good or better than Michael Jordan. The man
Yeah,
did his
because it's-
thing,
yeah,
and
it's-
I
it's
enjoyed
deeper
watching
than-
him do his thing.
I'm all switched up. We got a thing in our culture. We got to get over this. He better than him.
Yeah.
If you can't just look at that man's career
And say
admire it
congratulations.
and say congratulations,
Pop a bottle of champagne
right?
for LeBron James.
The verses, everything he's got.
Pop a bottle of champagne
Yeah.
for LeBron
I mean,
James.
and on the
A
real
toast.
On the real
What
tip.
the dramatics say, a toast.
Wait a minute. On the real tip, he's been a better man. However great of a basketball player is, the way he's carried himself through his career.
Yeah.
The
Man,
way he
heard
has
about him
presented
raping no
nothing.
bitches and shit, all that
class
dumb
act
shit.
He has been. See, we get again. That's what was me and my other man right side. We get real goofy with this shit sometimes,
Yeah.
man. The fact that man has handled himself as a class act coming right
Class
out of high
act.
school,
Class
right
act.
out of high school. No grooming from the hoods of Akron. And he has handled himself, and not to mention his business acumen that he done ran up damn near a B. That would be $1 billion.
Hey,
Fucking
like I
around,
said,
grabbing a basketball.
toast.
So let's the fact that he ain't Michael Jordan, but what's that mean? He in the short list of most talented people ever to pick up a basketball.
There you go.
Ever.
There you go.
Ever.
There you go.
Ever.
More topic. that I wanted you guys to talk about.
What's that?
It was the whole, and it plays perfectly into what you were just talking about, this versus culture. And why can't we just give
Celebrate that man on the strength of what he's done, because he's done plenty.
No. The recent casino situation with Hove and Nas. Now, Hove's got rejected.
No, Hove. Okay.
Please give me the clear. I always like
first,
to hear your
Hove
opinion about
didn't
this.
get rejected.
Okay.
Okay, and not only do we got a versus culture, we love dumb shit culture.
Okay. Yep.
I'm just gonna put it out there. There was an offer that the city of New York had allowed for casinos to come. Jay-Z, Sean Carter, Mr. Nazim, what's Nas' last name? Jones? Nazim Jones had different investment groups. Hove's investment group pitched the idea to the city, very ambitious. Hove wanted, and his team, not just Jay-Z. Was it Jay-Z versus Nas?
Right.
No.
Which is what they've been trying to paint.
I haven't heard about this story. Finish telling the story.
Okay.
I haven't heard
so
the story
Sean
yet.
Carter and a bunch of people who don't look like us went in on a deal.
Okay. On a casino deal.
A casino deal. Like Sean Carter was one of the 10 owners of the Brooklyn Nets till he sold his interest.
There you go.
He didn't own the Nets. He didn't beat Nas out, and he got a team, and Nas didn't get one. It's called business. And both those guys are businessmen.
Thank you.
Jay-Z team wanted pitch to the city of New York. They wanted to do some crazy. I thought it was a crazy idea. Put a casino right in the middle of Times Square. Hey. Okay. Nas and his team, Nas is from Queens. Nas's team said, hey, why don't we put something out near the Coliseum area in Queens? Neither Sean Carter, Jay-Z, or Nas were the major investors in either offer.
So who won?
Nas's team offer for doing a casino in Queens was accepted. So Nas, and let's be clear, most of the players in this game is white folks and people from other cultures.
But Nas got a piece of the casino.
Nas got a piece of the casino.
Congratulations to you.
Now, this part, I'm going to give you guys for free because I love my people. I know personally the man who's given both of them some business advice. Do not be surprised if you come when all of the fanfare is done that Hove is also involved in it via Nas, because that's the level they playing with. Because when you got niggas, when you got black men playing with billions, I keep trying to tell y'all, broke people compete, rich people collaborate.
So you say Jay-Z and Nas is going to collaborate?
I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised at all that, let's say, Nas is putting in $500 million.
Well, collaborate.
Right,
Dad.
he say, well, check this out. You come in.
Right. He
under
can
my
throw him
shit.
if he needs
because
some
guess
money
what,
on
guys?
the deal.
That's how every other group of people on planet Earth behaves.
Ought to.
Now, what
Who
about
else would you get an
what
action
about the
but him?
celebration that finally we even got brothers involved in deals like this or being offered opportunities to be in deals?
That's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing.
Nas, I know again, not what I heard. They went on and they've done a bunch of business together and do a bunch of business together.
Absolutely.
So I'd hate to make somebody not be able to have a little wet dream that is in some way this story is a story of one black man beating out another black man.
Well, that's their culture. That's
But
the rap culture.
that ain't what this is, family.
But that's the rap culture. That's
I
what
know,
the rap
but
love.
we can't just keep leaving them on the little bus with the
It's
big
an old dead narrative.
with the whole. We can't always be the little bus with the big helmet kids.
See?
You know, we just always gonna be slow.
Well, when business come to business and you look at everything, man, and you really know business, here's the real facts of the business. Nas probably made Queens a better proposal. Then Jay-Z probably made Times Square. Nas probably is paying more tax money he's probably donating more to the city than that one would have. That's
That
what
proposal.
usually
Wait
is
a minute.
based
Wait a
on.
minute.
Usually
We
they
went
take
through it right
proposals
here.
based
Remember when
on what you
Don?
do for the
Remember when
city.
Don Barton and Michael Jackson had a proposal? They wanted a
Yeah.
casino.
Yeah.
The politics of the time. For those who don't remember, there was a time Detroit didn't have gaming. It was a big to do. Shout out to Dennis Archer, frat brother, but Dennis Archer was the mayor at the time. They take proposals when big deals like this is out. Now, in this case, Michael Jackson had partnered up with a guy named Don Barton, who was the first guy he built a big cable company that he sold to Comcast. So what Comcast is today in Detroit at one time was Barton Cable. He sold that. But anyway, so Don Barton was another big fella. Michael Jackson come in with all his fanfare and bankroll and say, hey, we want to put a casino on the riverfront. But as the game went down, there was only 3 offers they were taking. Mike Ilitch and the Ilitch, Marion
let me
Ilitch
ask
and
you
Ilitch.
this.
Wait a minute. Wait a
this.
minute. Ilitch and them got Motor City. MGM Grand, the biggest casino operators in the world at the time, they got them a casino. The Pappas and I'm not going to say some people in the Greek and Italian community got Greek Town. The city passed on Michael Jackson and Don Barton. It happens,
My
guys.
thing is this.
Yeah.
Did they put that to the vote? Because I think that came down to a vote, if I remember right.
No, Archer just, the city
Well,
council.
that was unfair. That was unfair.
I mean, but
because you had to put up $250,000, that was unfair.
But-
that whole thing there was ruled by the Supreme Court as injustice. That was ruled as unfair. By the Supreme Court
but
said
going
that
back to
was
the thing
unfair.
that we're saying, you make an offer if they like the other guy's offer better than yours.
But normally you don't have to pay $250,000 to make your offer.
Well, I mean, the politics.
And
of
then the
politics.
money is non-refundable, so you paid $250,000 to be turned down.
Well, you know, in Florida.
I mean, well,
in
we could
Florida,
have just
to apply for a
us
dispensary
let us
license,
make
it's
our.
that.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's
In
unfair.
Florida, you have
If
to
it's
pay.
guaranteed,
No,
that's
no.
one thing. But when you putting up that kind of money and it's not guaranteed, that's not fair. Where's the board? Who made the decision? Not just him should have made the decision.
But we gonna wrap
At the end of the
go.
day, the people should have made the decision.
Nazim, salute to Brother Nas. Congratulations. As a lifetime admirer of Jay-Z's music, and I'm not gonna lose a lot of sleep worrying about this one deal, Jay-Z.
I hadn't heard about this.
Yeah.
Like I said,
You know,
I had one past me.
and the absurdity of trying to shame a black billionaire because one deal didn't go through. Who are you people kidding?
How are they shaming him?
That somehow.
God, it's just been all over.
But I'm saying, how are they shaming
Because
him?
somehow he's supposed
Is
to
he
feel
gonna be
better.
poor
supposed to be
because
an
he didn't get
extension
the
of a rap
deal or
beat.
some shit?
Some bullshit like
And
that.
they've been making money together for like the last 20 years.
But I'm saying,
Absolutely.
I mean,
really?
True
They've
money.
been making money
Yeah,
together
let
for
me
like.
just say this: grow up,
Yeah, grow up.
Get
So
some
anyway, yeah,
business.
that's that. Shout
get
out.
some business of your own.
Get some business. Yeah. Shout out to Hov. Shout out to Nas. We need more Nas's and Jay-Z's and less goofy talk on the internet.
And share the wealth.
And the quote. And shout out to Dame Dash too, man. And shout out to Dame Dash.
What is he doing in the news? I didn't see him in the news.
He had an interview on the Breakfast Club where he kind of beat up on Charlamagne a little bit. Charlamagne got to talking slick. And,
But see, you know how I feel about Charlamagne, so I'm gonna leave that dead. I'm gonna leave that dead now. When I wanted to go there, you did don't say nothing about Charlamagne.
that was before the freak
Well,
off
I ain't
parties.
got- I ain't
That's
got
before
shit to
Walt,
say. I
That's
ain't
for
got
all
shit to
of, for all
say.
of Walt's secrets
I ain't
became
got shit to say.
known to the world.
See, I tried to tell the shit first, but you
He brought. But wait a
you
minute.
ain't want
Wait
me
a minute
to tell
ago.
it.
Check it
See,
out.
I tried to tell the shit
Oh no,
first,
Dame went
but
there.
you didn't want me to tell
Dame
it.
went there with Wendy
Nah,
Williams.
see, I
and
told
Charlamagne.
you. I said donkey of the day. See, I told you he was donkey of the day, and I did donkey of the day on my channel. I've been telling niggas about the donkey of the day. She sleeping on Kevin Child's couch.
and Wendy Williams and everybody else's couch.
Well, he probably was sleeping on Big Ed's couch too.
Oh,
shit.
yeah. No, that's where Walt got all those stories from. Is from Indigo Blues.
You kidding?
No, Charlemagne, yeah, because Wendy Williams was always at Indigo Blues.
Yeah.
And at that time,
Remember Thursday night.
Charlemagne is running behind, was literally sleeping on Wendy Williams' couch.
So you mean some of them nights he was at Indigo Blue and you got to be kidding.
No, that's true.
Man, you kidding.
And that's what
Donkey of the day.
Dave said, you need to give Wendy some props because she your big homie. Damn. You didn't forget who when you was broke sleeping on couches and things, who was looking out for you.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Donkey of the day.
So, yeah.
Now you want to jump on the donkey.
It just, you know what? And I swear to God, we're going to wrap this up, guys. But Charlemagne, this is to you. I'm going to give you this for free. The name you've named yourself, Charlemagne. Charlemagne is
the god.
Let me tell you how, but that's just ridiculous. But let me just give Charlemagne and all of the audience, because you who don't know, yeah, that is so absurd. Charlemagne, the god of what? The god of what? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You know people always make us clown nigga a big nigga. That's America. If you, a surefire way to be a big nigga, and you done got me started. A surefire way to be a big nigga in America is to be a clown nigga. Because they're going to give you some money and give you a circus and be a clown, and you are insured a long career. But anyway, just history lesson. Charlemagne, the historical figure, founder of the Holy Roman Empires, grandfather was a gentleman by the name of Charles Martel, as in Martel Cognac. So connect the dots. Charles Martel defeated the Black Moorish army that had marched all through Spain and halfway through France. Charles Martel, Charlemagne, the real Charlemagne's grandfather, defeated the Moors or fought them to a tie, and the Moors just went back to run France and Portugal, or run Spain and Portugal, and left France alone. So Charlemagne, the DJ, disc jockey, you're named after you named yourself after the grandson of a man who defeated the largest black army ever to invade Europe. That's something to be, I guess, proud of.
Donkey of the day.
I mean, the thing is, I don't think he ever knew who Charlemagne was. And I think if you've been around only white folk education, you'd only know the part about Charlemagne starting the Holy Roman Empire. You wouldn't know that his grandfather was Charles Martel, and that the reason why Martel Cognac exists is because after beating the black men, the King of France gave Charles Martel a particular part of France, which would be now known as the the Cognac area. So the reason why there is a Cognac area of France named where Martel comes from, and the reason why his grandson Charlemagne came from fighting the Moors to a standstill. So shout out to Charlemagne. Historically, you should give the Moors and the black men who made your namesake even possible. History lesson for the day. That's for free. It's your man, CRB Jr. We get it raw, uncut, just some brothers with a camera, chopping it up, sharing our opinions. He's off screen right now. Thank you again, my brother Eddie Jackson.
Love.
Jr. Big Lou in the background. Okay. CRB Jr. Big Boss Filmworks, doing what we do. Holla at you, man. In the spring of 1983, Eddie Jackson would come home. In the spring of 1984, Courtney Brown would come home. After both being released from Milan Federal Penitentiary, they both discovered the city that they once ruled was now under a new regime. There was a phenomenon going on in this town. That phenomenon was YBI.
He was dealing with the Columbus cartel, with Cartelinas, Escobar. He had pretty good influence with the government.
My problem became, I need some motherfuckers to sit at the hookup table and get this shit together, because this shit rolling. This is motherfucking rolling thunder, man. This ain't no motherfucking hustle that you gonna see every day.
We rich. It's on. We can rob. It's on. It's on.
You raided that house on French Road.
So many times.
Say it. Can you say that for us?
So many times.
We never worried about getting caught by the local or state authorities. Our fear was always federal conspiracy case. Not even really a possession case. You weren't going to catch us with it. If the local cops can catch you, you're not very good. Because the only people the local cops catch are people who are advertising they're doing wrong.
You know, I told him to do a certain thing a certain way. He did it differently than I told him, and he ended up getting killed.
I would never know. You know, I didn't know. I just didn't know. You know, it was because maybe that was the cool thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I could look at him authentic as who he was instead of who his pops was.
But you got to understand that the level Pop and them was playing at, they wake up in the morning thinking about how to get away with their hustle. They go to bed at night thinking about how to get away with their hustle. They spend all afternoon rehearsing and going over how to get away with their hustle. It's not a hobby.
(1973). The Detroit Free Press's front page proclaims, "Dope kingpins get away with it." They had names like Jesse James, Pretty Ricky, the Black Greek, and Mr. Clean. 2 of the 12 men listed as Detroit's biggest heroin dealers were next-door neighbors, and in reality, they were the 2 largest heroin dealers in Detroit, dwarfing the other men on the list. Eddie the Fat Man Jackson, charismatic son of a pool hall owner, and his chief lieutenant, Courtney the Field Marshal Brown, a former city bus driver, had built an empire on a par with men like Nicky Barnes and Frank Lucas of New York. But theirs was a very different and in many ways more sophisticated operation than Barnes and Lucas's, based on family ties and finesse more than murder and mayhem. They truly were the Motown Mafia, and the saga of Eddie Jackson, Courtney Brown, and their families stretched from the 1960s and into the present day. Starting in 1969, Eddie Jackson had built a tight inner circle of lieutenants like Charles Rudolph, Russell Clayton, Ronald 5-0 Garrett, Black Butch, and his right-hand man, Courtney Brown. All of them had grown up together in Detroit's old Black Bottom and Paradise Valley neighborhoods, forming an unbreakable foundation for their soon-to-come heroin empire.
In a city built on hustle, one man dared to dance with the devil. He was smooth, slick, and dangerous. This ain't no bedtime story. This is blood, bricks, and backstabs. This summer, loyalty is dead, and the streets are talking. The Devil is a Lie, a Big Boss Filmworks original. Narrated by the streets, told by the game, inspired by the truth.